All right, what's up, our podcast team? We have the Jared NUNEZ here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So one thing about Jared, we wanted to have him here on our podcast for obviously a number of reasons besides he's just an attractive individual. But he is one, if not the best real estate agent we have ever ran into. And he works for one of our umbrella companies, Ambiance Realty.
Yes.
And we are just pleased to have you here today.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being here with you guys.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure.
You know, I love you guys.
And when Eli says one of the most attractive, definitely when it comes to clothing, when it comes to real estate, when it comes to so many different things, you just can attract so many things in your life. And we want to know, like, how do you stay driven? How do you attract all these amazing things in your life?
You know, I think it's all about manifestation.
Yes.
Whenever you're out to do something or to get something, or you have a goal in mind, I mean, all you have to do is kind of like already program in your mind you're gonna get it, right?
Right.
So and not just that, but you're also you have to work for it, right? You can't just say, for example, God, I want a hot body, and all of a sudden be in the bed, you know, eating chips and eating tamales, right? It's not gonna happen. You have to get up, and you actually have to do some cardio or some workout. So I think that's mainly the core of like how I stay always motivated. It actually began of me having a consistent fitness journey where I'm like, you know what, I want to get from 120 pounds to like the way I have now. And I was like, that's going to be something that I wanted to do.
So you're saying you were 120 pounds?
I was about 110, 115, 120 when I first started.
Skinnier
wow. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm skinny, but not 110, not 120.
I like how you said the fact that people want to always be able to splurge, but at the end, it still takes a lot of work to get there. Because the fact is, people want the end result.
Yes.
And it's not that easy. You really have to put in a lot of work. And the same thing goes for our real estate work. For anybody out there that watches this stuff, you can't expect the results to come to you. You have to work hard.
Right.
And that makes a lot of sense why you're so successful, because you don't just expect it to happen. You put in the work.
Like you said, manifestation, but put in the work.
Yeah. I remember when I started working out, my mom tells me, she's like, when you first started working out, she used to say, "Oh, my poor baby, he's never gonna have big arms."
Oh my God, stop!
And my mom remembers that because my arms were like the tiniest arms, and I was like nothing but bones. And then she just—that's
not right.
She saw the way I was working out, and she just kind of like thought in her mind, like, "Oh, my baby's never gonna have."
Oh my God, I love her.
Yeah, and then now she's like grabbing my arms, and she needs like two hands.
Oh my!
Hold this, and then
she's like, "You're not a baby anymore."
Yeah. And you know what? Even that is a dream come true, because a lot of people, even though it's the smallest little thing, just go for it.
Yes.
Just go after your goal and accomplish it and work and struggle. Because this is the thing, guys. What I believe is that if you have a dream, there is no lack of money, right? There is no lack of money. There is a lack of a dream, action behind that dream. You know what I mean? If you have a dream, it's just merely an illusion if you actually don't work for it or don't work towards it.
Yes.
And then you don't focus on kind of like things that are going to get you there. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I think mainly after, you know, focusing on just fitness, but, you know, having the mentality of always having that same fitness mentality, also applying it to work, applying it to like getting what you want, applying it to like a relationship, like everything happens to be the same concept, just in a different kind of like criteria level.
That's so huge. I mean,
put in that work, everyone.
Literally, like, everybody has to have clarity. Clarity is basically a way to clear up all that fog you have in your brain. We all just want to have everything. There's, like you said, there's an abundance of money, but people don't have the way to utilize their talent the right way. They just expect to wake up one day and be like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and go at it and work. But you don't. You don't actually just earn it that quickly. It takes years. It takes time. Like Jeff Bezos, you know, Elon Musk, these people didn't just wake up rich. They actually struggled, failed, went through so many things. And it's crazy how you just said that, because you just literally said exactly what these wealthy individuals, these billionaires, are actually doing right now, waking up every day, trying hard every single day and pushing it. And
super cool. And it doesn't matter where you're at. Start from a garage, right? Start from
they started off bottom. In the garage.
Literally,
from the home.
There's like so many pictures of these guys in their garages. And a funny story to that, we actually, you know, 5 years ago, me and Eli were working out of like our what was it, our workout room. And so we went from like our workout room to a one like room building, and now we're literally here sitting on the Sunset Strip in one of the most famous streets in all the world, you know, Hollywood. in a studio with one of the best real estate agents in the whole world. And how did that happen? We put in the work and we started like from the bottom. So it doesn't matter where you're at. You can start wherever you're at right now and you can make it happen. You could be a Jeff Bezos. You could be a Jared Nunez. The real estate guy. We have him right here with us, right? It's so cool. We love it.
Thank you. I think it represents me well. That's the reason why I chose it, because I'm kind of like walking and I'm kind of like in Superman mode, like every single time. So, and it's funny that it's funny how you say that on the where you were until you are now, because I don't know if a lot of people know, but I used to live in the middle of the desert with no water and no electricity.
Stop! I didn't know this. Tell us.
So basically, I basically when I first moved from Mexico to California, I moved to Los Angeles, and aside from almost getting killed on a drive-by,
this is all like NUNEZ, guys. So this is like, oh my god, we haven't heard any of this, so here we go.
So so let me tell you the story. It's funny. So my dad ends up buying a home. Well, I am the 9th kid of 9 brothers and sisters.
Oh my god.
Okay. So we lived in Mexico, and then my dad never lived with us. My dad had always been in the United States, so I never had technically a father figure, I guess, that would be there 24/7. So when we came to the U.S., we had a 2-bedroom apartment in South LA.
Oh my god.
It was literally by MacArthur Park. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
Yes.
It's where all the micas and IDs are made.
Oh, shoot. And this is where all your brothers, your mom.
Yeah, everybody lived.
Wow.
So it was a 2-bedroom house for like about 10 people.
Yes.
10 or 12 people, actually.
Oh, my
with
God.
Mom and dad.
Wow.
And my dad's like, you know what? We don't fit here. So he happened to buy a piece of 2-acre lot in 233rd Street in Lancaster.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Which, if you would think like Lancaster in the city of Lancaster, this was an hour and a half away from that actual city into the desert.
Wow. And Lancaster, you guys, is like, just picture yourself going to Las Vegas when you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
A lot of
that's like Lancaster. So the
cactus and
desert,
snakes,
no water,
tarantulas. so the way that we had our home is that he bought 2 mobile homes and placed them on sides like this, and he built like a chicken scratch home, like right in the middle. And my dad was doing construction, but he would be like those constructor people that are like Mickey Mousing everything. You know what I mean?
I'm so shook right now, you guys.
Nothing was being done correctly. So to an extent that we would actually find rattlesnakes inside our kitchen.
Oh my
here and
god!
There, because they would sneak in through the bottom, because obviously the home
what
had no
the
foundation.
heck? This is a crazy story.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And then and we had no paved roads in where we lived, so it was nothing but dirt.
I'm so shook.
So they would have to travel, and there was no water. So basically, what we all had to do, we'll travel like about 45 minutes to where we had a tank of water, and we would actually carry barrels, and we will fill in the barrels, and we will take them home, and that's how we showered. That's how we drank that water. In order for us to shower, we had to warm up hot water and then mix it and build like a lukewarm kind of temperature. And then we would just kind of like pedal it. Like,
you guys, this story is coming from Jared, who lives in a high-rise, beautiful Los Angeles high-rise that works in Hollywood on the Sunset Strip. You guys, he's telling us a story how rattlesnakes were in his kitchen, because
honestly you're like a diamond in the rough.
Oh my god, like I'm like so shook right now. Why have you never told us this story? This is so crazy.
I don't know, you know what, it's like a lot of times we work with each other and we interact with each other, but we just don't know exactly where we come from. And I think that if we would take the time to get to know each other slightly more, I think we would be able to build a bigger bond, right? Because because we tend to just kind of like see the surface of like what, you know, who Jared is and how Jared treats everybody. And I think that's where I love to treat people always with respect and love, because I know how it feels not to have it. And also I know how it feels not to be in an environment like this. You know, I'm blessed to be here in the moment that I am today, and I work so hard to be here. So I'm gonna take care of my status currently and my situation now where I am, and I'm very blessed to be able to move out of that place. And it's funny, let me tell you how it ended.
Finish please. Okay, so you're in the kitchen, there's rattlesnakes. Go from there.
We used to play with tarantulas.
Oh my god.
They used to kind of like go like this, and all of a sudden jump on you, and then I would just jump.
What the? This is the craziest.
We would get the rattlesnakes, and we would like skin them, and we actually put them on broomsticks. That was actually what we used to do in Lancaster for fun.
I'm so shook. I thought my story was crazy. I'm turning red, you guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how we used to do it for fun. And in order for us to actually play video games or nothing, we had no TV actually. We had absolutely no TV. We had a small TV with a screen like this big that had batteries. So we had to place batteries on it in order for us to watch something. So if we watch a novela, it had to be for exactly 30 minutes because the batteries were gonna we're gonna die, and then we had to go 45 minutes to a store to get some, and we don't have that luxury. Wow. So there was times when we were out of school and we didn't take a shower in like 3 months because the water was so cold.
Oh my god!
It was so cold where like the point where it would wake up and we in the whole barrel will be frozen.
Okay.
So then we couldn't warm it up, so we were like, okay, how do we take a shower? We had to wait until it would melt and then put it on the pot to warm it up. But
that's interesting.
I used to, as a kid, I used to hate it, so I used to like fake wash showers. I used to grab the little cazuela and I would just like pour it. I was like, oh my god, it's so cold. I would bake it. I would bake it. I would just like throw it in the sink so my mom could hear. So my mom could hear that I'm taking a shower when I wasn't.
Oh my god! And now you're the best dressed ever, the cleanest person we know.
That is so humbleizes you too. Like like you come from a place that's really tough, and now like Mike said, you're like literally in Hollywood, one of the best agents in the ambiance, a great trainer. Actually, if not the only trainer, but I mean, I'm just gonna say that. But seriously, you are very impressive, and you have such a
thank you.
Like a great resume of all the stuff that you've done in life. And honestly, like we're very honored to have you here because you also are very humble with your clients. Like I would love to ask this question. Like what exactly is your why? Why is it that you like helping people? Like did something happen in your past where you feel like maybe somebody, and I'll use this as an example because sometimes my advice is due to experiences that I've had. I've had somebody that maybe treated me bad or maybe feel like I don't want to be like this other person. Has anything ever happened to you where you feel like this is never going to happen to the people I ever work with or respect?
I like that.
That's a great question, Eli. I think that the reason why I do what I do and the way I do it is because I have seen a lot of misconduct with agents and fraud and all that stuff in the time when I used to my brother bought a house, for example, and then they were taken advantage of a couple of times. So I treat people how I want to be treated or how I want my family to be treated. So basically, I provide the best service possible, and I try to help them as much as possible to build and a relationship, not just a transactional. I am not transactional based. I'm more relationship based.
Got it.
So my motto would be like, luxury is not a price point, it's an experience for me. Because I want to make sure that my clients feel like they're buying something huge, even though they're buying a $300,000 home, a $200,000 home. I want to. It's funny because my client called me on Sunday. I was doing a showing in Winchester, and they called me, and I hadn't picked up their phone call a couple times before that they didn't call me.
Yes.
And then they called me, and they're like, "Oh my God, you picked up! Yay!" and then I was like, "Yeah, how are you? How's everything going? How's the home?" And she's like, "You know what? We are outside of our porch, and we wanted to call you because we love our home.
Aww.
And we are so blessed to have found you, and we just wanted to call you and thank you once again for helping us find a home."
Wow.
And the lady even said, she's like, "You know what? I'm so happy to hear your voice."
Wow.
Oh my God.
So that touched me a lot, guys, because it means a lot to me. That's the reason why I do what I do.
Yes.
Because of the sentiment, because of the power that we're able to provide into people without even knowing it. For us, is probably a lot of people think like, oh, it's just a paycheck.
Yeah.
For me, it's not a paycheck.
Right.
For me, it's like I'm making somebody's dream come true. And that's the reason why I chose this kind of logo, because it reminded me of Superman. It reminded me of somebody who comes and saves the day. So that's the person I want to be known as, somebody who comes in and helps you as much as possible and saves the day.
Wow, you are Superman. Maybe you should change your suit to a Superman suit.
Oh my God, imagine as it underneath. Just
right, yeah, just tear it
up. No, it's skin.
Oh shoot, it's just skin, it's just skin. Oh my God, I love it. And I love that question, Eli, but let's go back to like the rattlesnake days. And I want to go back to this because I want to know, Eli wanted to know like what snapped you into wanting to help people. What I want to know is what moment, snapped your mind into like, I'm not going to like live this life anymore. I'm not saying you lived a bad life at all. Like you said, you made what you had of it. You had fun with the tarantulas. You were playing with the rattlesnakes. It was an amazing time for you. But at the same time, where was that moment where you were like, I want to live a different life? Because this has to do with you now not helping others. Like, I want to know what changed you. Why did you want to be different? Yeah. Why did you want to live a different life? Yeah.
Well, I remember one time, the way we got out of Lancaster is the one time we went on summer vacation, and then we left for 2 weeks to LA, and then we were out here in LA, and I remember we went back and there was no house. It was gone.
Okay.
So
what?
Somebody went and stole our house.
What? Oh my God.
They literally stripped it down completely because obviously mobile homes are aluminum and you could sell it.
Yeah. What?
So somebody came and stripped it down and took it.
Somebody stole your house.
That's crazy.
Like, so you went home and your home was missing.
There. Not even our dog was there.
Oh my God.
What the hell?
So we kind of had no choice but to like now live in LA.
Wow.
And the way the reason why I got the drive that I got and the reason why I'm so driven after that is because we bought a home in LA, and I have never lived with my dad. So now keep in mind I am the youngest child and I am also the darkest one in my family.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
by skin.
By skin.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes.
Wait, the youngest of 9 kids.
The youngest of 9.
The youngest of 9
one.
kids, guys. Wow.
So
and darkest one too.
Yeah, my dad had always been somebody who would drink a lot and abuse alcohol. So
got it. Yes.
He would always think that I was the son of the milkman. So
oh my
wait,
God.
Were you?
Huh?
Were you?
No.
Okay.
The son of the milkman.
I wasn't the son of the milkman, but due to the fact that I didn't have a great relationship with my dad when he was an alcoholic, I made it a mission to prove him wrong. And I actually moved out of my house when I was 17. As soon as I left high school, I became a U.S. citizen. As a matter of fact, I was in the DMV when I was turning 18 the same day to apply for my license, and also I applied for my citizenship that same day. Wow. And I actually the reason why I have one last name is because I took out my dad's last name and I kept only one.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow. So what would your name be?
My other last name was Gonzalez.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And then I took it and I left my mom's because she was the woman that raised me and made me the man I am today.
Wow.
So
beautiful.
I was like, you know what? I am that, and I only belong to one parent.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So when I did that, I left the nest. I would say I left the home.
Yes.
And then I became independent. I actually rented a garage for $150.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And
going back to the garage, Jared, the top agent of Ambiance Realty, was also in a garage like Jeff Bezos.
Right next to a washer and dryer.
Wow. And now he's out here selling $1 million properties, helping families, investors.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an amazing story. Okay, so you're renting out a garage for $150.
Yeah. I was renting out a garage for $150 from a friend. And I was there for a couple of years. And after that, I got my own apartment in Southgate.
Okay.
I lived in Southgate for another couple of years in my early 20s, where it was reckless. We used to go out every single day.
Yes.
I was a retail manager by then, and every single job that I had, I always had the purpose to always scale. So no matter if it was McDonald's, I never had a McDonald's job, but I used to work at Office Depot. I used to work at a furniture company. I used to work at a lot of places, and every single place that I was at, I would always make it my goal to excel and become better and get the craft. I even learned how to sew in that one company. So I sew. Sometimes I do my own pants here, and I tailor them myself.
Cool.
And he has to learn how to sew because he's ripped his pants a couple times, guys.
Yeah.
And I stopped by the 9-cent store. I buy a kid, and I was like,
well, if your pants are ripping, you need to sew a little bit better.
Yeah, he's been working out a lot, guys.
Intentional?
And his pants ripped.
I have to get stretchy clothes now.
Yeah, they've ripped more than twice in front of me.
Yeah.
So
I have ripped my pants from like the crotch,
I think that was on purpose.
Right.
and everything. So when I bend down.
Right.
And the pump is great.
More. When you're working out, when you have a real good workout day,
It's so bad.
and your pants ripped, that means you worked out real good.
Yeah, my pump is good.
There you go.
What was I saying?
And so then there was a point where your mind was just like, I'm gonna be Jared.
Yes. So it turned out, that when I moved by myself,
Yes.
I started developing a survival mentality. Right. Since I started living on my own, I was surviving. I remember that we used to, my friends and I used to go out, and we used to spend all our money on alcohol. Wow. We were reckless, right? And I had like $20 to survive the rest of the week. So I would buy like a loaf of bread and like some peanut butter or like some ham, and I would eat sandwiches on a daily basis.
Wow.
Until my next paycheck.
Oh wow.
So that was us being irresponsible until we started getting the hang of like, okay, now we can't spend that much money and we can do this, we can do that. Until I started getting the habit of like figuring out how to like manage my finances.
Yes.
Especially when you're in a fixed budget. You know, we are human beings and we are very adaptable, right?
Yes.
So if they cut our income to like 50,000, we're gonna adapt ourselves to that income. If, say for example, right now I was to make less than like 100, you know, $200,000, $300,000,
yes,
I'll be like, how do I survive? I don't know. I can't survive.
Right.
Because we are already used to our lifestyle.
Exactly.
That we're like, okay, we can't pay the car. Like, how am I gonna go out and have dinners if I don't have enough money, right?
Yes.
We are not in a budget.
Right.
And it's crazy because even though we are not in a budget and we live in a lifestyle that is that now, but before, like, we used to survive on like $30,000 a year.
Right. Right.
It's just survival mode, right?
Right.
So you get into survival mode, and I started doing border patrol.
Oh my God.
I was in border patrol, and
that's cool.
And then when my brother and my sister passed, they were in a car accident and they both passed at the same time.
Oh my God.
It was a very hard time for my family, so I left that. And then when I tried to come back, they wanted to ship me to Arizona, so I denied that request. And then I started working for Little Caesars.
The pizza place?
The pizza place, yeah. So I worked for Little Caesars as a assistant manager, and I moved in a matter of 4 years. I became a regional manager, and I was in charge of 8 stores.
Wow.
In the 4-year process. And I was making, I mean, I keep in mind I was like 24 years old, making over $100,000.
Wow.
And just like I had one single apartment in Hollywood. Actually, I used to live by Hollywood.
Oh wow.
And from Southgate I came to Hollywood, and I hated that place because I had no parking. And I used to get a ticket every other day.
It's still so hard to get parking.
I think it's still the same in Hollywood.
Hollywood.
And then, you know, I was 24. I was working a lot, and then I started getting bad habits because obviously I was living here, and I was very stressed, and I had about 179 people I would look after.
Wow.
So one of my friends one time said, like, why don't you do real estate? Like, and then I analyzed it, and I was like, wait, you're doing real estate? Yeah, I'm doing real estate. I remember we used to go to his house all the time, and that was where his pool parties were at, and he had Range Rovers and stuff like that. I was like, you know what? Like, it seems like he's doing pretty good. Let's do it.
Yes.
And then send me a link. He sent me a link. I signed up the next day, and then I'm here today.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That was in 2015.
It's insane. Did you ever see yourself as a real estate agent?
Never even thought about real estate.
Wow.
Never even thought about even buying a home. Like when I was like 24, when I was making good money, I could have bought a property, but it never crossed my mind.
That was in 2015, you said?
Yeah, I got my license in 2015.
Amazing.
You know, I started the same way. Like, I never thought I was going to do real estate. I wanted to be an accountant. And obviously, I'm in the finance here, but I wanted to be an accountant. But for some reason, someone knocked on my door one day and were like, hey, maybe you're a good agent. And I started as an agent first, but it just doesn't work for me. You guys can keep the agent jobs. It's just not for me. But
we love it. We love
finance, it. But it's crazy how I just ended up being in this business.
The lending. You kind of got thrown in there. And you kind of got just tossed in there, and you never know your future until you like. There's so many people that come into your life, and all of a sudden your life just goes a completely different direction.
Isn't that crazy?
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's, for example, you know, like when I met Albert, like honestly, I just joined this company because it was 100% commission.
Yes.
Hey, you're being honest.
I literally just joined because they marketed 100% commission. I was like, shit, I'm paying $450 right now, and I was like, I could do 100. Yeah. And why not? I'll save myself $400.
Yeah, right.
And then we joined it, and then now we are co-owners.
Yes.
Of Ambiance Realty and the Mortgage Guys.
That's right.
And it's insane how things happen and how one person can completely change your life. You know what I mean?
It really does.
That's so amazing. I mean, you guys have to really, you know, picture this and visualize this. We have Jared here who literally was working at Little Caesars. So you could be working anywhere. You could be working at Burger King, Little Caesars, McDonald's, like Mr. Eli over here. And now I'm sitting with some of the most amazing people who were just working these jobs years ago. Little Caesars, more than a couple of years ago, 6 years ago, maybe Jared was in that establishment. And now he's here at Ambiance Realty. He's the owner of Ambiance, one of the owners of Ambiance Realty. We have Mr. Eli here who worked at McDonald's. He is now also the CEO of the Mortgage Guys. I mean, you guys could truly change your lives within a matter of a couple of years. Only 6 years. I mean, look at Jared. He is not 120 pounds. How many pounds are you now?
I'm 180.
180
of pure muscle.
Of pure muscle. He used to weigh 110 pounds, you guys.
Of not muscle.
I mean, he used, 6 years ago.
Bone and skin.
Right? six years ago, you're wearing, Little Caesar attire. Now you're wearing these fancy suits with ties.
And you know what's funny? I'll probably
no. We want to know. We want to know what's funny. Tell us.
So when I used to be 110 pounds, 120 pounds, I would wear like 3 pairs of shorts. And I would wear like 2 pairs of pants because I wanted to seem thicker than what I was.
Stop.
Oh, wow.
And it was baggy clothes. I don't know if you guys remember, but back in like 2000, there was a Solos.
Yes,
like,
Solos.
Solos used to like it was super baggy.
Yes.
And like the Southpaw and the Sean
Southpaw. Oh my
and
god.
the Timberlake clothes and the fat
that was
barn.
a style.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
I even
god.
had long hair and I had braids.
Oh, what?
I used to tell everybody my grandma was black.
Oh,
really?
Yes.
That is insane.
Wait, Jared, do you have a photo of you with braids? We need to see this. Maybe we can pull it up. Yeah.
I'll show you guys. Yeah.
We'll pull it up.
Send it to them. You'll pull it up.
And
I have my Southpaw, like, those pictures they used to take back in the days when you go to the studio and you get like 150 for like $7?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh my god. Okay, if we can find those two, you guys will see them pop up here on our YouTube.
But it's funny because I was skinny and I used to wear like 3 pairs of clothes and now it's just one and it hardly fits me.
And now his clothes rips because he has too much muscle.
Get it customized for sure. Like,
oh my god, that's amazing.
Too
That's
much
so
protein.
inspiring. Too much protein. Oh my god, love it. Not from Little Caesars either. So just say.
I know how to make pizza from scratch now.
Oh shoot. Okay. I want to taste your pizza. I want to taste your pizza.
Oh my god, that's
the
sounded
pepperoni
dirty.
pizza?
Yeah, pepperoni for sure.
That sounded dirty.
No extra pepperoni.
Anyways, all right, so let's get back to business, guys. You guys are getting off the right side.
Sorry, I just want some pizza. Sorry.
Okay, that does sound pretty good though. But hey, so question for you, Jared.
Yes.
So what is the next thing for you? Like, you're already an agent, you're successful, you also have a team, and you're building this crazy culture here at Mortgage Guys, and I'm sorry, at Ambiance, with all these people that are looking up to you. They're looking for your knowledge, and obviously you got to slap some wrists and wake some people up. That's just what it takes as a leader.
And I'm really
and a
good
boss.
at that.
Yeah, he's really good at that.
Right.
But what is the next thing for you? Like, what is gonna be the next thing you're looking forward to?
There's so many things that I want to do. Obviously I love my job. I love being a realtor.
Yes.
And I love being the face of the transaction and having the relationship with a lot of people. And I tend to keep those relationships and make sure I nurture those bonds.
Yes.
But my goal is to actually acquire a lot of income properties and then have a lot of real estate.
Nice.
Build passive wealth and have passive income. And also my goal is to open a few restaurants.
Oh, wow.
I already have the restaurants in mind and I already know exactly what concept I'm going to do. So
okay.
it's going to be like a Javier's, but it's going to be better.
Okay. Yes. Oh my god. It's going to be called Jared's. Oh my god.
Oh my god. There it is. The name's already given.
That's so
Yes.
amazing.
I can see it. I'll go eat
Wow,
that.
those are huge visions. I
Yeah.
love that so much.
So I want to
That's
be a
powerful.
chain of fancy
Yes.
restaurants. I want to make sure I have VIP area just for celebrities.
Amazing.
I want to
Eli
make sure
Mike.
that I have the best musicians, like
Yes.
violinists and anything that's gonna be
Amazing.
super exclusive.
Yes.
It's gonna be there. It's gonna be it. So I'm looking forward to that. Like I want to be able to walk into my own restaurant and just sit and just kind of like see everything that's going on the
Oh
bottom.
my god,
and
I love that.
be able to I invite my friends like you guys and
Yes.
dine together in a private section
That
with
is
a
so
violinist playing on the background.
Beautiful.
That's gonna be my goal, aside from a lot of still helping my friends and family,
course.
obviously,
Yes.
and it's still acquiring a lot of income property. But my goal
Right.
is to also do several chains of different kinds of restaurants and go from there and see
Love
what
it.
life takes me.
That's
Love
really
it.
good,
Look
man.
out for a Jared's chain of restaurants, because when he manifests, he makes it happen. I mean,
they're
look
gonna-
at
they're
him,
gonna
you guys. They're gonna open. And I actually have a question for you as well. So I'm in real estate. You know, Eli was in real estate at one point. He was a real estate agent as well. Real estate. I want to know, what was your craziest moment in real estate for you, whether it be you showing a property or you dropping some keys off, because we were talking about this last week, and oh my god, we had some crazy stories we were talking about when it comes to, you know, real estate. I mean, I just want to know your craziest story.
Wow.
Yeah, because it gets crazy in real estate, you guys. Just
It's not just all like luxury. There's mess in it too.
Craziness.
It's craziness.
Let me tell you the time when I was doing one of our flips
okay, let's go.
Wow.
in the city of Compton,
Oh my god.
and we had the contractor team.
Oh no, I'm just doing this.
I had the contractor team taking care of the drains and cleaning out the property, and then all of a sudden they're actually putting the snake through the sink of the bathroom, and
Yes.
and then everything's coming out. You know how like everything comes out whenever like all that shit and
Yes,
everything comes
yes,
out.
right.
And then all of a sudden an ear and a finger pop out
What?
of the drain.
What?
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, that's pretty
So
sick.
basically,
Really?
So basically, it seems like they were torturing somebody, and they cut a finger and they cut an ear and they flushed it down the toilet.
That's crazy.
And they were
What?
like, Jared, what the hell do I do with this finger? And I was like, I don't know. Should I call the police? I was like, no, don't call the police. What the hell? They're gonna investigate the property is gonna jeopardize myself. Just bury it in the background. Bury it in the backyard.
Jared!
And so they ended up burying it in the backyard.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm about
finger
to
in
walk
the
off
ear.
set. I'm
Yeah,
about
very
to walk
good
off
finger
set.
in the ear.
Oh my god. What? Is this a lie? Is this real?
Okay.
Oh
this-
my god, I'm
There was,
turning
there was another scenario where we purchased a property, Leslie and I, and
Wait, I don't think we can move on from this story. I don't think we can move on. So they buried it in the backyard.
yeah, we just did a little hole and we buried the finger in.
Are we gonna get arrested? Oh my god,
Well, not
this is so
us. That's for sure.
I'm so
I don't
shook
know,
right now.
whoever was torturing.
Oh
somebody.
right.
I mean, the
Oh
house is
my
already
God.
sold, and I don't know. They probably already unburied the. They probably
I'm
put
so
grass or
dead
concrete all
right now.
over it. I don't know.
It's already gone by now.
Oh my god. Okay. So
So
Okay.
that was
Wow.
interesting. And then
Wow.
there was another time when we were buying another property, and there was a tenant there, and the tenant we paid him like $4,500 to leave. It was cash
Got
for
it.
keys, and we waited about 3 months, and then we never went inside the house. It was always from the background. We were getting it at 316,000.
yes.
ARV on the property was about
Mhm.
450, 470. So
Oh,
we're like,
wow.
okay, it's a
Got
decent
it.
deal. We're
Right.
just gonna go rehab it, put lipstick on a pig, and sell it.
Yes. Yes.
So when we got the keys, we went inside the house, and
I'm so
keep
scared.
in mind the lady was always coming out to the door to like to greet us and to
Yes,
tell us
right.
whatever. And she used to take 20 minutes to get there
Mm-hmm.
every single time, and it was just a stench that used to like come out
Oh,
of the door when it was
nasty.
open.
Oh my god.
So when we got the keys, everything was still there. We went to the bathroom. The bathroom was not functional. One,
okay.
there was mold in the bathroom. There
Got
was
it. Got it.
it was like the toilet was clogged. There was no kitchen. It was like covered in garbage and trash and pans and
Oh my
everything on
God.
top of the cabinets. Her mattress had a hole all in the middle, like she used to pee herself.
Oh my
in the mattress.
God.
That's
yeah.
nasty.
Wow.
And when I opened the other room, the room was half full of dry shit.
what?
Ah.
I'm
How
so
how
shook.
how do people do that? Like
So the
how do
lady,
people
so
so
the bathroom
shook.
was not functional.
So she
You're
used
right,
one of the
but-
rooms to go to the restroom.
She used to take a shit somewhere, and then they used to wait until it dried up, and they would just toss it into the
Oh
bedroom
my
is just
god,
sick.
and
you guys.
piled it.
I thought I had crazy real estate stories, but after yours, I'm like, mine were
I
like
don't know what
very
you guys
pleasant.
think, but
My real estate stories are
how
very
would you
pleasant.
even want to live in that house, even if you redid it? Like it probably something.
You know what? We could not get any worker to work on the house.
Oh
They
my
said
bet.
no, we are not gonna work on that. The stench will not leave. We left the home open for like windows, and we put as much air fresheners as possible, and we had to sell it as is. So we sold it, and we lost money on it. And the investor that purchased it also sold it. So I don't know if they made. Obviously, they probably didn't make any money as well. And now it sold to somebody, and ended up selling to I don't know if it's a normal buyer. I don't
Hopefully
know.
not a family.
But it sold,
flip
and it was in the
already,
city of
something.
Compton. But it was a crazy story.
Wow.
So I had many of those, but in the city of Compton in South LA, I mean, you have a lot of people that are very struggling. You know, they're barely struggling. They're
Yes.
very they're trying to survive as much as possible. And
Right.
and this is where the needy is. This is where people are less educated financially. This is where a lot of people are losing their homes. So we focus on these areas because whenever there's a property that is in foreclosure, or
Right.
that we could probably go in there and try to save their home or help them save their home, or get a loan for it. But when we can't do it, then we buy it, or we also sell it to the general public.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, those are
Wow.
one of the craziest ones.
Wow, that is so crazy. I've never heard a real estate story like that, you
That is
guys.
pretty insane.
But in the end, we do this job to help people, and look at all the background that we do.
Yeah.
This is just insane work that we do in the backgrounds, and everybody, a lot. I was just telling this to Eli the other day. A lot of people say, "Oh, anyone can do real estate," but did you not just hear the story that Jared told? Like, not anyone can do real
that would
estate.
make me hang my license and like cut it up in pieces of paper and just be like,
I mean, my story last week is, I was delivering keys to my buyers with champagne and balloons, and there was somebody living in the property when we delivered the keys, and they put this cigarette out in the middle of the floor as I'm delivering the keys right in front of us and the clients. But that was not a room full of sheesh. So sheesh, like I've never literally heard a story like that. But you guys, again, real estate agents, you may think it's all about this shiny stuff on us or these beautiful suits that we're wearing. No, we go through a lot, you guys. We are really, truly, we chose this job so we could help people. And that's exactly what we're doing. We have Jared here in Compton, in Los Angeles, Southgate, helping families that are going through situations like this. I may seem a little shocked, but these are really the things that are going on. I mean,
I have even gotten a gun pointed on me.
Wow.
We were trying to target a foreclosure in the city of LA. I think it was like South LA, close to like Lingwood, around that area. And we were there, and like, hey, the lady was in foreclosure, and then she literally like kicked us out with a gun.
Really?
Like, get the at my house right now. And then we saw this pain with her, like in her face. There was a lot of pain, and Leslie's like, we have to go back, Jared. We have to go back. I was like, I don't want to go back there. But then we went back, and at the end of the day, the second time, she's like, hey, we're here to help, and come out, let's talk. And then the lady came out. She had chains in her neck, like many chains, and she had chains in her hands, and she had chains in her legs.
What?
So I don't know what was going on in that house, and I don't know, like she stank like she hadn't showered in months, and the chains had like rust on them, like there was water, and you know how it dries up and it turns kind of like brown. So this lady was just talking about the government, about taxes, about she's not paying taxes and doing all that. That's the reason why she was in foreclosure. So we were trying to kind of like comprehend what her mind was completely. She was completely lost. Like she was not there mentally. And obviously we couldn't reason with somebody like that, but it's crazy how, it's somebody crazy like that would come out and they would shoot you without even thinking about it because they're not right in their mind. So there's a lot of things that we go through to help people or to try to, try to come out and help the community or something like that. They could also, we put our lives in danger.
Definitely.
That's
many
intense.
times there was a lot of people that broke into our properties, squatters and middle of the night, and we had to go in there and get them, and I was the guy, so I would go in there and with my shocker, and I was like zzz, and I would just kind of like shock people out, and they would sometimes jump out the window, and then I would just light them up. They would think I'm a cop, so I just light them up like that. And so there's a lot of things that honestly, like, I'm not one of those guys that are very afraid of, like, people or things like that. I grew up in the ghetto. I grew up where things happen, and I've seen a lot of crazy things. So I don't have that mentality where like it's, oh my God, I'm scared of this, I'm scared of that. You know what I mean? I'm not that kind of guy. I just kind of jump into it and hope I don't get killed.
And you guys went back to that property after you got the gun pointed to your face. You still went back.
We went back because we saw pain in her eyes, and it kind of stayed with us. And then Leslie's like, we have to go back, Jared. Like, she's not well. She's not well. And it seemed like she had been tortured. I don't know. But, well, we kind of had that mentality that she was going through something. But at the end of the day, we couldn't help her. She was completely crazy. I don't know who was inside her house.
Yes.
We didn't go inside her house. Maybe they were just, I don't know.
Right.
But I don't know what happened to the home. We didn't check it after that. But we were like, you know what? That's there's just things you have to let go.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. So people, like, check this out. So you just got to be bold. Real estate and finance isn't just like
my heart.
You're right. It isn't just the social media you see, the suits you see on stage. It's a little bit more than that. There's a story to every single situation. It's not just here's your keys. It's actually a process.
Yeah.
And it's delivering the keys is obviously the end result, but doing the whole thing from contracts to dealing with the dilemmas. Clients go through some stuff. Buyers out there that are looking to buy. It's going to be great. It's going to be a wonderful experience, but you're also going to go through a little bit of a rut with certain situations. And we're the experts that understand that nature. We're in the middle of the beast, fighting it every single day for everybody. And that's why we love doing this business, because we do understand that we care enough for people to say, hey, look, we understand the story. Give us the details, and we're going to give you what you want, which is this house, because everybody wants to go to bed somewhere at night and be like, wow, this is mine. This is my property. I mean, every night we go home, we're like, oh my God, this is my house.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And honestly, we'll think about our agent like the agent that sold us the property. I'm sure you feel the same. Everybody feels the same way. And we feel that level of, wow, we can give gratitude to the people that actually sold us the house and went through that process.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not easy, guys, but you know what? Everybody needs to buy eventually, and you're going to want to buy it from Jared, obviously, and take advantage of that, because right now, I think the market's always a good time, you know, no matter what it is. I always thought to myself that it's not, everybody wants a house, but you got to get it when you need it. So you know how the market can go up and down, but even if rates are high, if you need it, you need to buy it.
Yeah.
Right? It's that simple.
I always tell people, you're ready when you're ready now. When you are financially ready to buy a home, that's when you need to buy it.
Correct.
Yes.
There's never going to be that opportunity where the rates are going to be super low, the prices are going to be super low, you're going to be able to get credit. There's not that moment. There's never that moment.
Yes.
Obviously, rates are low, prices are high. You know, prices are down, rates are high.
Yes.
But what is better? Prices are not refinanceable. Rates are. You know what I mean? So it's common sense at the end of the day, what kind of move you do.
Correct.
Right now, we are in a buyer's market. You know, right now it's picking up. The rates are going down. Possibly, we estimate prices start rising after March. So people that are still kind of like in the like, okay, what should I do? What should I do? You guys need to act now.
Yes. And actually, Jared, you're one of the individuals who acted now. You actually used to own a, I believe it was a property, single family residence, but it was more of like a farm, correct?
Yeah.
Or like it had a lot of land on it, right? But recently, I believe you sold that. And what have your ventures been from selling that property? Are you out here in the market as well as an agent? Are you looking for properties to buy? Are you looking for duplexes or maybe Airbnbs? I know the audience wants to know, what are you doing now that you have sold your single family property? How are you going forth with that?
Yeah, I bought actually that property. That was actually that's actually a good question, Mike, because that was a property for my dad.
Oh, wow.
And keep in mind,
I remember you telling me this.
Keep in mind, my dad was the one that believed that I wasn't his son.
Wow. And you even changed your last name.
And I took away my last name.
Took away your last name.
And I actually bought him his dream home.
Wow.
In the city of Murrieta. And then I bought him a 3-acre ranch.
Wow. A ranch, you guys.
I got him animals. I got him pigs
and
goats and chickens and ducks and
so happy.
I used to see you out there with you know, your hat on with all the animals out there. I was like,
shirtless,
okay.
just throwing water on me.
Shirtless.
Oh God.
the beard going on in the glistening in the sun. Right, let's get those tapes.
Yeah.
But you bought your dad a ranch.
Yeah, I remember it was kind of like a mission of mine, and keep in mind that at this point I don't hold any grudges, because anybody who would be possibly, you know, in a different kind of level mentality would say, you know what, like my dad, you know, like they did this and that, and I did the opposite.
And like, can we pause right there really quick, because literally Jared took away his last name because he had a grudge against his dad, or he was going through something with his dad to the point where he had to take his last name away from himself, like literally. And then he didn't hold a grudge, and he went and bought his dad a ranch. You guys, like, that is so epic. That shows you can't hold grudges.
It's so true. And you know what one of the things I don't know who I heard this from, but I hear that when people are either your enemies or people that are just not in the right page with you, whether it's family, friends, you know, you don't attack back with bad energy. You don't necessarily fight back with like screams and do things like that. You actually kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
So you go back and say, it's okay. I still love you. I'm going to take care of you. No matter how mad you are, how much you think things are not going your way. And that changes everything. And actually in time, and I'm sure your dad, and you'll answer this question, but I'm sure in time, things changed the way he thought about you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what changed? You bought your dad a ranch.
Yeah, I bought my dad a ranch, and it was actually a surprise.
Oh my God, amazing!
I took him that I was gonna show him something, and then he walked into the property. And he's like, "What is this? So what's going on here?"
No way.
And then I had all my family in the master bedroom with balloons and congratulations.
Oh my God, yes!
And then
epic.
As soon as like I opened the door, everybody's like, "Congratulations, you're home!" And then he was like, "What the hell's going on?"
Oh my God, that's
and then
epic.
He was crying. He was crying that day, and obviously, because we're Mexican and we come from a ranch style environment, he missed that, and he wanted to go back to Mexico and retire there.
Wow!
So I brought his retirement to California.
That's
basically,
so good.
I was able to do that for him as soon as I got into real estate, possibly like a year year and a half. I think that I had in real estate when I bought him his ranch. So, and then my dad passed from COVID 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember
God bless.
that. I'm sorry about that.
No, thank you. And then he actually, before he left, he said that he was really proud of me and he was the best son that he's ever had so far. And like it was the opposite, and that's exactly what I wanted to accomplish. And kind of like it goes back to how I mentioned that every single time I do something, I do it with intention to always become the best. And that's exactly the purpose that I had with my father as well. To like, you know what, I'm going to go out and I'm going to become that person he's going to be proud of. And I went out there and I left and I became myself. I wasn't part of him. I was myself. And then I came back and then I gave him what he needed.
You're so blessed to be able to do that for your dad. Like me and Mike also, we were blessed enough with our financial career to be able to buy our parents their houses. Remember, we bought your mom and my parents. So so it's definitely hard because you obviously have to help somebody else now instead of yourself. Yeah. But it does so much more positive things for when you're helping other people.
Absolutely.
And it speaks so much about you. Like honestly, like I remember you telling me about this a couple of years ago, and I remember you telling me about a couple of different things. But now it's just kind of it's all coming back to me.
Right.
And that's making me really, Jared, you're very genuine, and that's what separates you from agents, from just being a human being. I would, if I was one of your agents underneath you, I would literally have to be praying like, hey, here's the Lord Jared telling me I need to make some moves because you come from a place that is the desert. Yeah. All these bad things had happened. Playing with tarantulas, which by the way, I'm not gonna play with tarantulas. Literally. And now and then you helped your parents, you grew, you've had a lot of unfortunate circumstances happen, and you're still, I don't care. I'm gonna go forward and I'm gonna be this Jared, the real estate guy, and on this podcast, and you're in Hollywood and you're like creating friends in high places. Yes. You're an unstoppable machine.
Yes.
Thank you. And when my dad passed, we sold the ranch. That was your question, Mike.
Yes.
When we sold the ranch, I actually bought my mom another house. She always dreamed of having a 2-story house with a pool and everything. So she has her dream home in Marietta as well. So she lives there.
Oh my God, beautiful.
I'm in the process of selling that and bringing her closer because I want her closer to me now because I can't go visit her so often. Yes. Because of the distance, but I'm going to get her something closer, maybe an Orange or Corona.
Nice.
And I'm actually on the market to purchase a fourplex.
All right.
This year I'm on the market to purchase a fourplex.
I see it already. It's happening.
Yeah.
No, it's happened.
Yes, it's happened. It's happened already.
I already. I'm just looking for the good deal and
yes.
And guys,
it's out there.
We are always on the market to purchase investments because we know that real estate appreciates and we just look at deal and then we don't even think about it. It's a good deal and we just purchase it. So
yes, a deal is a deal, correct? A deal is a deal.
Yeah.
I heard that from one of our partners.
That's
you know,
right.
if you find yourself a good deal, like why wait?
Yeah.
Like take that good deal. There's not always good deals out there, and if you find it, take it. Even myself and Eli at the moment, we are on the market as well, looking for a fourplex as well, you guys. So we're doing exactly what Jared's doing. You know, real estate loans, real estate. It's like, you know, if we're gonna be in real estate, I always tell people. And if we're doing good in real estate, right? And we have some side money because we're doing good in real estate, don't you think as us as real estate agents should be buying real estate? Right. And that's exactly what we're doing. Jared is a real estate agent and he is here on the market now looking to purchase a property. He's in real estate. He does real estate. This is what we live. This is what we breathe. So at least you guys know that we're going through it too. We're not just telling you, hey, go purchase a property. Yeah. Hey, go get an investment home. We're doing it too, so you know that we have the experience, you know?
And when you tell people you have properties, whenever I have that validation where like I tell people like, hey, I have a fourplex here in downtown LA, you know, I rent it out, it pays itself, it pays for my apartment in downtown LA, it pays for my mom's house. Yeah. So when you like, oh sure, like that, I want that. Yeah, yes, but I took advantage of this many years ago, right? When you all should have taken advantage of it years ago, and you didn't. And now you're thinking about doing it next year, which is a mistake. You have to do it as soon as possible.
Correct.
So whenever you have that mentality where I tell people, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. And then you back it up with like, I own this. Right. You know, and I have this and I have that. And I this is what I go through with my tenants. This is what I do with like the county, whatever. You have validation and you're able to support your clients more because you're not just spitting it out just because you're an agent and you don't even own any property, but you're an investor, you're a flipper. You know, we are all that together.
Exactly.
And then that gives us more of a credibility whenever we're talking to the client. The client's like, oh, shoot, like, you're super knowledgeable on this because I already been through there. And I already know that, and I'm there now. So I'm able to educate my client more precise on exactly what investment is good for them.
And you know what? I think us three can agree that real estate is still one of the best investments, if not the best investment, period. Because think about this. You got stocks, you got, crypto. Yes. You got so many different type of investments you can do, but those can actually one day become zero. Yeah. But real estate, you buy a property, it will never be zero. Ever.
Right.
Ever.
It's true.
It's a house. A house is not free.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the best part about investing in real estate and why we love this business is because we get people in homes that will never lose their money. Ever.
I mean, literally, somebody could die in a property. You can find fingers and ears in the property, and that property will still sell it. That property will sell it.
It'll still sell it.
I mean, people could literally poop in one room all day long, and that property is going to sell. You guys, just say.
It already did. It sold 3 times.
Oh yeah,
there's a buyer for everything.
There's everything, you guys.
I think Eli, you and I closed on 6. I remember when we closed 8 in a month.
Oh, that's right.
C Street was one of them. Remember C Street? So C Street happened to be a garage. Well, I don't know what the hell it was. But I walked into that house and I was like, what the heck is this? I could literally touch the roof like right here.
Oh my God.
And then I would go in. I mean, it was just like, my clients were like, I love it.
That's exactly what happens. We show homes to some of our clients. We're like, they're not gonna like this one. Why show it? We show that one. They're like, we love this one. I'm like, what?
Right. Yes.
Yeah. You're right.
So we learn many things. Not to have. I mean, whatever we like is just like.
Yes, we like different things, you guys, than what you're gonna like. Different. So we have to keep our mouths shut because
I mean,
everybody's different.
And it was perfect for my client. He was a single young man. You know, it was his first investment. It was $340,000.
Amazing. Okay. Great price.
Yeah. And it was a split parcel. So it was one full house and they split the parcel and they sold the 2 separate. Yeah. And then I happened to have the buyer for both of them. Oh wow. That one and then the other one too. Wow. So it was like the listing agent's like, oh, this is easy. I have the same buyer's agent for both. Perfect. Yeah. But that one was surprised me because it was very, very odd. And it sold. Yeah. So it was just like a lot of things like we go through everything and then we learn to like, it depends on the client, depends on the taste, depends on the price. Everything is just up for grabs at the end of the day.
It's true. I mean, I had a client once where we walk in the property and the carpet is literally from the 60s. This was pink carpet from the 60s. Original carpet. I was like, oh my God, this carpet needs to go like now. And the clients called me that night and they're like, hey, so what can we do so we get to keep that pink carpet? Like, and I'm just like, oh, I mean, I'm like, are you sure you want to keep this carpet? It's like so many years old. And they're like, we want that pink carpet. So you never know what kind of, client or partner that we're going to run into. Everybody's different, you guys. So
Jared, I have a question for you. So this is my, I don't know if you can answer it, but so, okay.
I can answer anything.
Okay, cool. So have you ever thought, or would you ever think about one day being a parent? Like, have you thought of ever having a child?
Well, I have a child now.
So talk to me about that. I'm confused.
Yeah, she's 13.
Okay.
13 years old. I had her in my mid-20s. So,
I'm aware of this, but I don't think you're aware of this, Eli. Yes, Jared is a daddy.
To become a second parent, absolutely. I would love a second parent. I would love to have more kids.
This is Eli's first time knowing this about you, Mr. Jared. So yes, Jared is a daddy. Jared is a daddy.
I didn't know he was a daddy.
he knew it was a zaddy, but not a daddy.
Right. You're gonna need to change the Z to a D.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Don't worry, guys. We're daddies too. We have kids. We're daddies.
Yeah, but it's just like what?
Oh wow, I can't believe you know.
She's gonna be 13 in April.
Yeah.
What a blessing. Oh my
God.
Yes. So I didn't miss out on that, but I definitely plan to hopefully have some kids before I go older.
Yes. Again, we're all so busy every single day. We don't know about our personal life sometimes. You know what I mean?
We don't have enough time to have sex.
We don't have enough time for a lot of things. We don't.
Yeah.
And so Eli, what do you have to say about this? You just found out that Jared is a daddy.
Well, I mean, I was already calling them daddy, so I guess it doesn't change anything.
Okay,
anymore.
let's keep it.
So
I guess nothing
same,
changes, you guys. Nothing changes.
The double D.
The double D. The double D. Not Z anymore.
So, guys, look, I want you guys to know this. Like, Jared's a great agent. We're in a great market to buy. We appreciate everybody being on this podcast, watching us on this live as well on TikTok and on Instagram. If you guys want to follow at the Jared Nunez at Instagram, he is your go-to realtor. He's a guy that's going to be able to help you. He's being so honest with us. And
yes,
so
you tell us where to find you, Mr. Jared.
Find me in the restroom on
C Street. On C Street. I'm kidding.
There's magazines. Just kidding.
Oh my God.
Wow.
My OnlyFans is just kidding.
Right.
The kid now I know the story.
Exactly.
The Jared Nunez guys everywhere in IG, TikTok, YouTube.
Yes.
I have also Twitter and LinkedIn.
All
the
right.
Jared Nunez. I am everywhere.
I'm
Google
like,
me.
where is he?
The Jared Nunez. My website is therealestateguide.com. Check it out.
All right.
Find properties, apply for a loan, and also for a listing on CR. Everything is in the website. So
Perfect. So we'd like to thank Jared for being on this podcast. He honestly is amazing. And I wanted to really just say I'm blessed to be in your circle too. So
Thank you,
for
Jared.
I
We
love you
love you
guys.
so much.
And guys,
Brothers for life.
yeah, we are literally the three musketeers. I mean,
Yes.
honestly, Eli has closed 99% of all my loans,
Oh,
and
wow.
there was not one loan that Eli could not close.
That's right. We
and
work
then
we work
Eli,
hard.
thank you, because I think mostly I am sure that 99% of my knowledge in real estate and loans is because of you.
Amazing.
Because I
Thank
sat
you.
down
I
with you,
appreciate that.
and then we used to do so much business together since the day you came to me when I met you at
I
WeHo.
remember, yeah.
The first time I met you guys,
yeah.
and then Eli comes to me and he tells me, Jared, what do you do? How long you been in the business? And then I think I was like 3 or 4 years then.
Yeah.
I had just gotten full time because I was part time for 3 years.
Mhm.
And he's like, let me work with you. How can I get in your business? And I have never gone somebody that could just been so straightforward and just kind of like directed me like.
Mike, I'm just straight to
Yes,
the point.
that's you.
So
I
he
just don't
went straight to
sugarcoat.
the point. I was like, oh,
It might have been
Yeah.
a little bit of me. I was like, Eli, go fucking talk to Jared.
yeah. It was the first
No,
time I
but-
met them,
He
and-
does help push me for sure.
I'm like, you
Yeah,
better go
but-
talk to him right now. But no, he closes.
yeah, they closed me real quick,
Mhm.
and I was like, you know what, I appreciate that, and I was like, yes, of course, you could have my business, and I've been working since Eli since then, and then honestly, like, there's nothing that he cannot do, or he doesn't. know
I
how to do.
second that. It has been so amazing.
Yeah.
My knowledge is all the way up here.
you.
So
Yeah.
thank you, Mr. Eli. Loves it.
Okay, well, thanks, Jared, for being on this podcast. We love you guys. Watch this. It's going to be released on Sunday at 7 p.m. And we're going to have some reels out throughout the next 7
Yes.
days.
You have to see what Jared looked like in his braids, and yeah.
I'm
So
gonna,
Yes,
I'm gonna send
it's
you
gonna
guys
be
that
posted.
picture.
yeah, you'll see Jared in his braids.
I have that. And you can see me without a beard.
And without a beard, you guys, we have a photo with
And
Jared
if
without
you're
a
lucky,
beard.
without a shirt.
I look
Wow.
like a butt cheek.
Oh my God, a butt cheek. I
Okay,
want to
maybe
see
a
this.
butt cheek too, but I don't know.
So you guys will be seeing
A
that
hairless
pop up.
butt cheek, actually.
Wow.
There's a lot of
A hairy
cheeks.
butt cheek. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I love it.
We're so bad. All right, guys. Thank
Love
you so
you
much for tuning in.
guys.
Much love.
Yes.
Love you
Bye.
guys.